Interesting developments there from Basari Kra. Let's move to some other areas still in the Kpandai district, and pupils of the Blajai DA primary school in that district of the northern region are compelled to bring firewood from home before they benefit from the school feeding program. Now the caterers say they are not aware they are supposed to provide water and firewood themselves.
This is how a new week begins at the Blajai Basic School. At about 7:30 a.m., many of the pupils had reported to school in their numbers, but only 2 teachers have reported to school. The Blajai School serves about 4 communities and has increased enrollment because it is a beneficiary of the school feeding program. However, pupils are made to bring firewood and water to school each day before meals are prepared and served. This has been the practice over the last 1 year that the school was enrolled onto the school feeding program. The health of the pupils has been compromised as containers used to carry the water are not hygienic. Not all water brought are clean, but no inspection is done before they are used for preparing the meals. Water left after preparing the meals is what the entire school depends on when thirsty. Pupils do not bring cups to school, and so they drink from these gallons. There are 2 polytanks in the school, but authorities say they have not been repaired after developing faults about 2 years ago. The assistant head teacher of the school said the practice of pupils bringing firewood to school is nothing new.
Frankly speaking, for the feeding program, this time the way they do it, they say it's different from what they were doing previously. So we didn't want to go deep into this feeding program, or maybe we might lose it.
He also indicated teachers periodically educate the pupils to observe personal hygiene.
As for the water, always at assembly ground, we tell them when you are bringing the water, make sure that the container is clean, because they are going to use the water that you are providing to cook food for you. So if you bring bad water and they use it to cook, you'll be affected. Definitely we have waterborne disease. It's not rampant.
The caterers say they do not know that bringing firewood and water was part of their duties.
I
do not know the details of the contract. I was asked to cook for the pupils.
It would be recalled that 6 months ago, TV3 Mission reported on a similar situation at the Mbrowa DA Primary School, also in the Kpandai district, and this was the reaction of District Education Director.
That should not be the practice, because children are not supposed to bring firewood, because if you are the caterer, it behoves on you to bring firewood to prepare meals for the children. I myself will go there, find out from whom the caterer is, and then I'd talk to the caterer to change the attitude of asking school children to bring firewood and then fetching water for their meals to be prepared. If he doesn't change, then I will be compelled to report it to the district assembly so that together we take action.
Since then, there's not been any supervision. In the case of the Blajai DA Basic School, much is required to be done because the school also lacks furniture and has had portions of its roof perforated. The situation, teachers say, impacts on the school's performance.
Right, so that's our mission for tonight, supported by Star Ghana with funding from Danida UK Aid and the European Union. We return with sports with Yao Fusulabi. Stay with us.